This is why we play.
Gaming is something more.
It's a community made vibrant and real by AI.
Technology helps us to be part of something bigger.
Games play as if they were real life.
Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now.
This is why we play. A community.
Thousands of communities.
Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd.
Nothing can hold you back.
So, why do you play?
Do you want to go for a coffee?
Yeah, sure.
Now, yeah, you gotta climb, but we give it to all until the end of time. We ain't going nowhere. We'll be standing right here until the end of time. Till the end of time. They kick me round, but I won't stay down. I run this town, ain't backing down. We go on them rounds. Yeah, the moves will blow, but it's roots too deep. I'm on my feet, the underdog, and I won't be beat. Watch everything we work for fall in line. We gon' give it our all until the end of time.
Friends and folks, welcome all the CS2 lovers out there. You all are watching the Lenovo and Intel presents Rise of Legion Kolkata with the gaming monitor partner ViewSonic Gaming, gaming headset partner Sony InZone, esports partner the Esports Club, talent partner Maverick, and my casting partner none other than the amazing Darshita. How are you doing? Good. It seems like someone has been frozen as of now, but do not worry, she'll be back in a jiffy. In the meantime, we'll quickly have a look at the prize pool as well, because with a great tournament comes a great prize pool, and for this one, we've got a massive one of 2 lakh INR, with the first position receiving 1 lakh, second place 50,000, third place 25,000, and fourth place 25,000 as well. Now, here's the fun part, right? You always know that it is the round of 32 going on right now. It's the day two, and we will find the top 4 teams from these rounds. And all those 4 teams will go to none other than the LAN in Kolkata itself. So you already know about that. This is going to be the LAN event in Kolkata. And for all the people who are wondering the location, it is going to be Raj Kutir. So make sure to immerse yourself in the exhilarating battles of CS and many more games. And on the spot as well, you'll be having many cosplays events and major events. Hi, Darshita, welcome back.
Yeah, thank you so much. I mean, I didn't expect a internet cut while we were taking the introduction though, but you know what, today's day is going to be way too amazing, and we have a lot of interesting matches lined up for the day. So I'm quite excited to
True.
actually witness on what is going to happen. Now, talking about the very first match itself, it's going to be Mystic Gaming going up against the sides of Slow Aimers. I'm quite excited for this match because the playing five that we have from the sides of Mystic Gaming. Trust me, all these players, they are so amazing. But you just cannot underestimate the sides of Slow Aimers as well, because they have performed previously. They've showcased their talents previously, and it's gonna be really amazing. But at the same time, what map it is? I mean, it's your favorite map, isn't it? Scared?
Hoo-hoo. Yeah, my favorite map has been banned out, so we are gonna move on to the nuke as for today's game. Nonetheless, a pretty fun map. There have been some changes as well. It looks much more amazing, to be honest. Intriguing in the meantime. And you already know there are a couple of flows that you need to work out with, pretty different angles you need to watch out for. And honestly, a fun map to play on. But what are your expectations? Because again, we've got both of the teams ready, Mystic Gaming as well as Slow Aimers. So we've already mentioned how Mystic Gaming have been the one that have been experienced. They're the players who are well known in the community as well. While on the other side, Slow Aimers, yes, they've been playing all around. But in terms of a head-to-head battle, who do you think will be the one who will be having, that slight edge?
If I be really honest with you, I feel Mystic Gaming does have an edge out here, but you have to give it to
Mhm.
Swaymers as well. If I talk about the players for now, we have Joker, Aju, we have Kun Kun, Doink, all these players. You've seen them perform for a long time now, and I feel that they do have that potential to be on the top. But going up against
Mhm.
the sides of Mystic Gaming, I'm a bit confused on how is it going to change for them. And now when it is the map of Nuke, it seems more and more interesting. But all the actions start to unfold at this point of time when we have the very first round rolling. Ladies and gentlemen, this is the pistol round, and this is going to decide on what happens in both of the ends.
Absolutely, as we're going to see some quick executes coming in directly towards the vent as well as they quickly move downwards. That's the first pick, and not just the first pick, quick trades coming in. Mystic Gaming winning up in that pistol round for those early skirmishes. That's going to be another trade. Emo quickly gets the head of Joker. The
Yep.
spike is down, so you already know that the defuse needs to come in, but that's such a quick round already going in. And that's going to be 3 members standing for Mystic Gaming. They need to defuse the bomb though. Smoke is right there. They're also defusing it side by side, and through the smoke, you already get the shot. You win. Finishing off KS7J in the meantime. And that's a simple defuse coming in. They probably had the kit as well with them. So without any major difficulties, Mystic Gaming starting things off with great fashion. Slow aimers,
Yep.
as of now, seems they would need some warming up, but those were some quick finishes coming in.
Yep, it was a good start coming up from the sides of Mystic Gaming, but what I do see right now is the sides of Slow Aimers as well. They've invested onto a lot, and looking at the economy, it's going to be a bit difficult because by any chance if Mystic gets this round, it's going to be a huge economical damage coming up to the sides of Slow Aimers. They need to be way too careful with this time. Right now, towards outside, there is a lot of util being dropped down, and Praxis a
Oh,
lot more of an advantage towards the secret. A lot of damage being dealt out towards the players, but
what?
does not matter as Yuvan gets taken down through the smoke. Kun manages to shut him down, and that's going to be the initial frag rolling in. But look at Praxi. He takes down Joker to a frag nade, and that's going to be an equalizer. A lot of problems that the side the slow aimers do have to face right now, but they need to take it slow right now. They do have invested onto a lot, but if at all it goes into vain, then it's going to be way too difficult, because for the sides of Mystic Gaming, they have an advantage either ways. They've got the very first round for themselves, and looking at the weaponry itself, it might just be difficult. Doink, not the best possible way to just go into the crosshairs of Storm out there. Kids tonight for. And now once again the numbers have
True.
been brought back until and unless it was KS who finds Storm and equalizes it all to a 3v3.
Absolutely. They've got Galils to work with, so it is definitely doable.
Oh,
But as soon
Praxi!
as I say that, how
What?
did Braxy get that pick exactly? But nonetheless, that's gonna be him getting another one, finishing things off in style for Mystic Gaming. Not even letting the bomb go down. That's the perfect way to play. And look at that spray down. I mean, that was really on point. But how did Braxy get that kill onto the ladder? That was mind blowing.
Yeah, that is true. But as I said, right, slow aimers losing onto that round, which they have invested onto a lot, is going to hurt their economy, and that's what the case look like. It's just looking so sad right now. There's nothing to invest onto that great, and it might just be a 3-0 soon rolling in the favors of Mystic Gaming for now. To start things off, it's really looking great for them. But what is Emo exactly up to? I mean, he just invested onto everything that he could and has $0 in his bank for now. But hey, Sam, that's a
Yep.
very crucial position coming in to start things off. Braxy finds one onto KS right now. They know what the execution might just be like towards the A side, towards the A bomb side, slowly and steadily. Smoke's prevailing a lot
Yep.
more of an information to them, but this might just be
Oh,
vulnerable. Sam needs to win this duel. He just put himself into a safer position out there. Would have been so vulnerable for him, but
absolutely.
still, slow aimers. They do not have the numbers, not the best of the weaponry, and Emo will be able to do a dirty job out there. Joker gets denied, and so is the case with Doink. It all goes down to Kun Kun. I was about to say Eju though, but he just gets taken down. So Kun Kun has been left all alone into a 1 versus 5, which is way too difficult for him to clutch. And look at where he is right now. I mean, the positioning. Everyone knows his location. It's compromised. He either needs to relocate or go down to Sam. Third one on
Oh.
board for the sides of Mystic. And now finally, it's going to be the sides of slow aimers who do have a full buy for themselves.
Absolutely. It was the eco round, but still, I mean, I personally feel that Mystic Gaming played it in the best way possible. They saved a few utilities for themselves as well, and then not falling to those pistols whatsoever. We're also going to see a timeout coming in. And for all the CS2 fans out there, just a reminder, it's just first to 13 rounds is who will win the game. Yes, you can go at the overtime at 12-12, but you don't have those 16 rounds leeway as well right now. So you've got to think quick, you've got to adapt quick, you've got to change things quickly. In terms of utilities, you can clearly see that slow aimers, they would be able to buy it into that one as well. But once you're looking at Mystic Gaming side, they basically got everything for this round. Apart from the fact that they don't have an op, they're investing
Yeah,
in a shorty. They've got an MP9 to work with and a couple of M4s. So you
yeah,
know that their weaponry is absolutely solid. And the way they're setting up this defense is that they're not giving slow aimers any kind of opening whatsoever. What I personally feel is that when slow aimers went through secret and they were going towards the lower floors, I think so that could have been a pretty decent strategy. And I personally feel like the first quick hit that came in towards the site, that was also a very good choice of action. They can try and replicate that one as well if they want to. But seeing that they've also got an op in the hands of KS, I think so they would probably want to play this one a little slower, probably to get a pick towards maybe Silo or Yard. I think so that should be the option for them to move forward, especially in coming in
yeah.
this round, because they need to break the momentum.
I'm still thinking about the investments made coming up from the sides of KS right now. Heavy investments, because again, at the end of the day, if you
Hmm.
are not able to capitalize on the round, you know what you are losing onto, right? It's going to be way too difficult
True.
if you lose onto such a heavy investment being made. But at the same time, if you are able to capitalize onto those skills, it's going to be really amazing, because slow aimers right now, they need to get this round by hook or by crook, because right, there's a lot on stake right now. It's a best of one. Economically, it's going to be a lot more of
Oh.
problematic, but look at what's happening towards the outside. Mystic Gaming, they want the control. They are demanding a lot more of a map control, a lot more of a space with them, and that's where the problems might just arise. But on the other side, Kunkun, who's been hit bad, brought down to 40 of his health. This snake could be it, but no, it's not for now. They're not even letting them enter the secret or maybe the site itself. 1 minute remaining on the clock. They need to make it a bit quick, but Aging needs to get this frag. He does, and that's going to be Braxy done for. Slowly and steady, the
No
first player goes down.
smokes.
Might be the second one. Aju, will he be able to connect those shots? No is the answer for now. A 4 versus 5, slowly and steadily once again. On the other side, Emo is continuing on the shotgun and a deagle, but with Sam going down, 60% of the round is all confirmed for, but Yuvan on the other side does manage to find one onto Joker. The job is yet not done though. They are still trying to make their way towards the A site.
Indeed.
No,
Yep,
this might just be the
moving
execution
towards
coming up. Look where they are. It's not looking that great. The rotation might just be called off at any point of time.
they're leaving Kunkun for the lurk, and rest of
Yeah.
them are moving towards the down floor. But look at that ramp control still with Emo. So got an idea that this would not be a hit coming in from that side. And I believe Mr. Gaming, they've got a read onto this one as Doing quickly makes contact. He needs to get that pick whatsoever. He can go and plant the bomb as well. But looking at the backside, got cover. Someone's protecting him, but only for so long as he falls now. You win. Quickly coming out with that pick. He knows the position of second one, but Aju shuts him down perfectly. And that's them winning their first round. Slow aimers playing the round slow. And again, doing the exact same thing, moving towards secret, taking control of the lower floor. Moving slowly towards double windows, then taking control of the B side. Worked out perfectly for them. And the lurk as well from Kunkun. He rendezvous with his teammates at the perfect time. And they won those trades, winning out their first round. That's a pretty solid one at that. But again, economy still looking decent for Mystic. But not after this round if they lose this one. And they've also invested in the off now. Being difficult as a shorty. Could not get him. Doing gets the head. But you went quickly with that trade. And it's still on towards the upper floors. That's where the fight is. Gone. Oh my god. Over CeeLo. Got
Yeah.
shut down right away. That op working out perfectly for them. But only for so long as it was traded quickly as well. KS7J is making some moves, but Doink needs to be the one who needs to make these play because KS has got an op, right? He can't do much in these situations unless someone walks into his crosshair. Oh
Oh,
my
you
god,
win.
talking about walking into the crosshair, it's Doink getting his skull smashed by UN. Seems pretty problematic. As again, there we go. The knocks coming in, but Storm, with his Stormy aim, is able to shut down KS as well. And that was some heavy investment onto the AWP. I don't think so. They would be even having the creds for a full buy for this round. Probably will be able to squeeze something out. But I don't think so in terms of utility. They'd probably be able to reach good amounts as well. They'll be having limited utils to work with. So at the end of the day, it's just Mr. Gaming. They'll be controlling the pace even now. Yeah, they lost one round, but still having a decent amount of creds. As the smoke goes out, they're controlling the rafters while looking at the entirety of the team of. Necessarily, they're moving towards the
Braxy!
yard where the first contact has been made. Braxy gets that pick and the opener for his team, Darshita.
Yeah, he definitely does, and now it all goes down to player loss coming for the side of slow aimers. But you know what? Aju finds one onto Braxy, and that's going to be an equalizer right now. Trying to make their way maybe towards the B side, but for now, Storm, he needs to be careful. They are holding the A for themselves, but after there's a lot of sound being made. KS just manages to shut down Storm out there. And now the number seems to be falling down for the sides of Mystics over and over again. I mean, the full buy round, they just walked in for them, but Suven was inside the
What?
smoke. And he just managed to shut down Aju like it's nothing for him. Once again, an equalizer, a close match, ladies and gentlemen, that we are witnessing. But Emo can actually change the entirety of this round if his location is not checked onto. Only if he's able to do that. But Sam and Ewan will be enough to do that for themselves as they manage to double it up. And Ewan gets one more. Fifth one on board for the sides of Mystic Gaming. Slow aimers. The full buy round that they had for themselves, scared, they got the best out of
Hmm.
that. But after that, it seems to be really difficult. Mystic Gaming, they are grabbing in rounds as I mean, they're just grabbing in as many rounds as they can, and that's not a good sign for the sides of slow aimers as well because you know it's all about the 24 rounds that we are talking about. Economically, once again, not that great of an round. Traxi once again to start things off, finds one. Emo shuts down Kun as well, doubles it up as he finds KS. It is not looking good. Braxi again doubles it up. Might just be a third one for him. Will it be? No. Just switched on to a pistol. Doing shuts down Braxi, but that's all for this round. As it's going to be a quick execution coming up from the sides of Mystic Gaming. 6-1 on both. 6-1. Slow aimers. I feel they at least need to go in for a 7-5 right now.
Yeah,
I
that
mean,
is
yeah,
true.
7-5
That's
is
the
going to be
bare minimum.
mandatory. Yeah.
Yeah, agreed. And I was really loving the fact how Braxi, he had the op, he got the first pick, and then there's a smoke in his face. He knows that maybe slow aimers are pushing through that smoke. So he's like, all right, I'm just gonna throw a flash. Then he sees first person, he pulls out his pistol. He finishes him off, he pulls his flash yet again, and only to face another person. That was so fun to watch nonetheless. But again, Mystic Gaming quickly providing the backup, shutting down that entire push. So making sure that the damage are not up over the roof. And as of now, controlling 6-1. If you're a fan of fixed stick gamers, you're basically up for a treat. As again, towards the ramp, we're going to see the exact same thing. Braxi holding with the op,
Yeah.
controlling so much space, taking so much map control. There we go. That's going to be the utils being used up. Molotovs deny any kind of push. The spray down through the smoke, not connecting to anyone. KS having an op of his own. So you know this op battle is going to go down sooner rather than later. The question is, who loses his patience first? As those frags are not going
Ah,
to connect,
Braxi.
but that is, yeah, that was such a smart flash coming in. Braxi just chunked down to last 26 HP, pushed backwards. Emo holding the rafters through that smoke. And in the meantime, Sam, look at him. He's the one who's controlling yard. So they've basically just pinched SLA to one part of the map, as now they'll be going in for those trades as well.
That's going to be true. Yuvana's position is really good. If they don't check out of that, it's going to be difficult. As I say that, Doing does fall for it. Braxi, a perfect headshot landing onto
What?
Aju to shut him down. It all goes down to Joker being the last surviving player. Location compromised onto Sam. Will be able to shut down Joker as well. 7-1. Slow aimers. They need rounds. They need rounds whatsoever. And if they keep on falling in this manner, it's going to be way too difficult. Now, towards outside as well, you look, Sam went in all out to, take Kun down, and it was just so difficult. At the end, it was just one last remaining player coming up from the side of slow aimers, and it just didn't work out for them the way it should have been. Once again, a lot of demand coming up, but what in the world is the way to just go inside the side, Sam? He did not even see who he is shooting onto and still manages to convert one. You win good for two. Within a blink of an eye, we are down to one last remaining player, and that's going to be Achu, who is towards the outside. He's not really sure on what can be done for now because he's completely clueless. Even if he tries to go towards main, that's going to be Yuvan to shut him down. Over and over again, Mystic Gaming, they are just dominating in such a manner that slow aimers are completely clueless on what can be done.
He did not even have the bomb in his hand, so you already know that he was
Yeah.
in just a super precarious position at that point. Slow aimers, it just seems that they're having a very slow start of the game, and that is not working out for them whatsoever. Mystic Gaming have had the control through the entirety of their CT half. But what I personally feel is that, yeah, I do understand that on the map of Nuke, sometimes you feel that Being on that CT side is fairly easy as compared to being on the terrorist side, but
Yes,
you
yeah.
still need to get those rounds at least, and you don't have the lever of those 16 rounds. You can't let them go reach those 7 rounds, 8 rounds, 9 rounds already. It's 8-1 scenario. So Mystic Gaming having the full control. Just look at that. Only one round dropped. That's all. What I personally feel is maybe slow aimers just should try and take control of the outside first, threaten a push through the secret towards those lower floors and towards the B side, only to force the rotation from the side of Mystic Gaming, and then maybe try and move again on towards the A. Maybe they'll find some opening and maybe they'll find some kind of break through this defense. Because if that does not happen, I don't see any way how slow aimers could be able to come back in this one. They need to threaten a push towards the other side of the map whatsoever.
Yep. Gotta be true. For now, slow aimers, they are trying to take it a bit slow, but Braxy is not gonna stop whatsoever. Somehow manages to find one, is running away for his life, and he doubles it up by shutting down KS as well. Braxy, he's on a destruction mode right now. 2k for him already.
Free.
And look at slow aimers right now. It all goes down to Doink, who was able to shut down even A side execution. Maybe that B side execution is what the plan looks like, but Emo,
Oh, the
Emo,
patience.
sheer patience. Yes, he does have it. Converts both of them and gets the 9th one on board. He knows what he is doing. He's waiting for that right opportunity. He finds both of them. 9-1. This is not looking good for the side. This is not at all looking good for the side. The slow aimers. I mean, look at that. It all went down to that one player who was trying to go in and plant the bomb, maybe just got denied on 3 rounds.
God.
It's
That
just so
was
difficult right
such
now.
very super difficult at this point. I mean, I don't know what is it today. I've seen a 30-0 in another tournament, and right now I'm seeing a
Oh,
9-1.
dying.
It just seems that whenever you're on that CT side, you just do not give any kind of leeway to your opponent whatsoever. But yeah, I know that nade and the util combo was perfect, and so is the aim of Braxy. Not quite sure what you wanted to do there. KS7J punishing it out perfectly. So numbers not equalized, but at least the damage has been minimized and they've taken care of the upper. Now they can
Yeah.
try and take control of the other parts of the map as well. Still, moving towards the outside. Now we'll go down to secret. I really love this strategy. However, this contact needs to be won whatsoever as Sam winning his own trade. Joker's been taken care of by UN. And it's down to Aju, who can't do anything but just stand near secret, trying to find an opening. Yes, he's good for one. But the question is, can he isolate these 3 more fights? Because the defense is just not giving him any kind of room. Nothing. The flash coming in, but the aim is much better. Sam, super ready for that. You give him 1v1 and you give him an opportunity. And that is exactly what's happening. Storm and Emo
Garage?
controlling different parts of the map. Can they take care of Aju, or will Aju finally find the second round for his team? He's slowly creeping forwards. He has the
It's
bomb in
not
hand as
looking
well.
good. Yeah, but
That
time
is
is not
true,
his
but
best friend, right? 15 seconds on the clock. He needs to make it
agreed.
way too quick because if not, it's going to be difficult. And I don't think they are going to give him a chance to start. But not the position you are looking on to Strom. He did expect him on the
How?
other position, but Aju will be the smart one out there. Goes and gets the bomb planted, and now it's all about the post-plant scenario. Emo, a 1 versus 1. Aju is down to 7 of his health, and now he needs to make it quick. Does have a defusal kit though, but still his location is already compromised onto. Crawling up, this might just be the end and maybe the second one for him. But Aju, what's the plan? They're inside the smoke, not the best neighbors to be on
Yes.
to. Aju clutches it out for his team. A 4K and the second one on board. Mystic Gaming, the solo peaks that they went into really did hurt them a lot. Not really sure on what went wrong with Braxy out here. But Aju is towards the secret. Every single player tend to go in and just made sure to take him down, but it just did not work in their favor. At the end of the day, the smoke helped him so much. And it's the second one on
The
board. It would have been a
reposition.
10-1 for now. Okay, it would have been a 10-1 for now.
Yeah.
But instead, it's a 9-2. Braxy to start things off once again. Shuts down KS. And it's going to be his op doing all the job out there. A 9-3 is what I anticipate, but if
That is
all it
true.
is a 10-2, it's gonna be very difficult for slow aimers. Ouch.
Yes, that is true. Kun Kun, that is a good aim. That is a good play. Sam had absolutely no idea. And in the meantime, Joker as well, winning out his own trade against Yuwen. Braxi still holding the angle. Not move forward as we are already looking at the B side.
See?
See movements coming in here. Wait, oh my goodness, contact has been
What?
made, but what?
What?
Arsenal plays coming in and he still does not stop. It takes 3 people to finally finish him off, only for his team to clear the battlefield. How did he manage to get that ridiculous shot through the wall? Look at this one. I mean, he probably wanted to aim for someone else, but all right. Whatever was good for
Yeah, the
him.
other one just
My
walked inside
God.
his crosses.
Yeah.
Braxi, oh my god. 15
Jeez.
kills already on his name, and that's going to be Yuvan with 15 as well. But Braxi is on a different level. The aim seems to be so crack right now. It's just hitting so on point, and that's getting the sides of slow aimers into a lot more of problems. Joker is down with 1 kill. He needs to step up, right? Not, I mean, the entirety of the team needs to do something right now. The coordination needs to be on point because the scoreline goes down to a 10-2. Two more rounds to the sides of Mystic Gaming, and they will be on a match point, which is going to be so deadly. I mean, that's not the best of the medicine to taste. Actually, Mystic Gaming, this pistol round is going to decide a lot of things. Slow aimers, if they have their hands onto this pistol, then that's where things might start to change. But if not, and if at all it's going to be Mystic Gaming with the pistol, then it's going to be deadly, and it might just be a one side dominated play coming up from the sides of Mystic. But yeah, I have to give it to Braxi again and again. The way he's been hitting those shots, oh my god. Oh, okay, Braxi.
Well,
All right.
well. That's some way of handling the bomb that's going to detonate part of the map entirely. Either ways, we're going to move into the pistol one, and this seems to be a
Ooh.
very quick round coming in. That's a first trade. KS7 still controlling that space only for so long. Smoke goes down. Perfect! And even the rafters still doing, taking care of first person, trying to go in for the second one as well. The dual Retas doing their trick, but Doink is just so on point with those headshots. I mean, slow aimers, it seems like the switch has been turned on as soon as there is a CT side. Look at that. It was
Yeah.
such a perfect play, controlling every single part of the map. And the rafters is something that you always need to watch out for, right? And
Yeah.
it just seemed that Mystic Gaming, they did not anticipate Doing to be just hitting those nasty shots, getting those one taps onto those heads.
A complete save round coming up from the sides of Mystic. They know that they did not even get a chance to go in for a plant. So they are going to wait back for a full buy round coming up onto their sides. But for now, I feel the sides of slow aimers, they can get the best of their time winning this round and getting it to a 10-4, maybe a 10-5 if there are any probability chances. The same position being over the sides of Joker. They do anticipate him being there, but hey, the player is way too low. Surviving on pixels of his health out there. Yuban, how was he even alive? Either ways gets taken down from Joker, and that could be a good start coming up. But Aju, just doing what your opponent did to you a while ago. All the players joining the same party over and over again. It all goes down to one last remaining player, Sam. What can he do is the question. And as soon as the door opens, it's gonna be him saying a goodbye, and so is the case. And Joker manages to shut him down. The scoreline goes down to a 10-4 with no player loss. If I'm not wrong, no player loss on the sides of slow aimers as well. So there's gonna be a good round coming up for them. Mystic Gaming, now that it goes down to a full buy round, this is where things might change.
True. And this is where they'll probably have to change the things nonetheless. Because you do not want to give this momentum to slow aimers. Once they get going, it's difficult to stop them, and it's super hard to stop them, to be honest. All 5 AKs in the hands
Yeah.
of Mystic Gaming. Couple of MP9s. Shorty as well. I mean, we've seen a lot of P90s, shorties coming in as well. I've also seen some players using the AUG, so seems to be back in trend. However, this contact, do they anticipate the positioning? That's going to be the question. They have probably seen the heads of each other. Nade not doing everything. Kun still holding that space, gets a few shots connected, finishes Storm off as well. And he notices the second person as well. Braxy needs to get in the trade but cannot connect those shots. As the respect is being shown with that flashbang, seems to be perfect. A few things, nothing apart from that, as Sam quickly taking care of Doink. In the meantime, down to a 3v4 now. Hey Joe, oh my god, Sam, that was such a perfect peek. It could have gone the other way as well if he was a second late in connecting that bullet. But a 3v3 now, and they're still pretty spread out,
Yeah.
trying to probably take control of the lower levels, but still need to find a pick whatsoever. Near the vents is where Kun stands. He's got a couple of players he needs to take care of. That's going to be him taking care of one. Oh, rifle in the other hand, and that's going to be the punish coming in as well.
Good round.
My goodness. Solid round from Kunkun, to be honest.
Yeah, Kunkun did manage to get 3 frags, and they were really, really important. Also, they have retrieved back AKs from that round. So, again, for the sides of Mystic Gaming, as said, it's not going to be that great of a round. They do have few utils, maybe. No, they just have one single smoke to work around, but that's all. I don't expect a lot from the sides of Mystic Gaming in this specific round, honestly, because the weaponry differentiate is going to hurt them a lot. It all starts with A to find the very first tag onto his name. A lot of spam comes up. Joker gets taken down. Might just be the case with Mo. He finds one onto Joker. But the trades are on point. Doink, as soon as he can both one, he gets taken down as well. Kunkun needs to be careful. Does not fall for this. He does. Two remaining players. A 1v2 situation, but Storm is the last one to survive. KS finds him, finally puts the last nail into the coffin slowly and steadily. There was a, we ended the first half with a scoreline of 10-2. And look where we are, out of a 10-6 already. 4 consecutive rounds coming up from the sides of slow aimers, and that's really good stuff from their end. But for now, I feel Brax has already taken the matters in his hand. Look at the orb being invested from his end. This might just be a game changer, but if not, it would be a great advantage for the sides of slow aimers, because they do have one orb being invested onto, and they might just get the second orb. And 2 orb setups coming up in the map of Nuke. We know how deadly it turns out to be. Joker to start things off, shuts down Storm, and the numbers have already faltered down to the sides of slow aimers scared. Oh, for the sides of Mystic Gaming scared.
Braxy as well. Look at his HP chunked down. Still, Joker holding the angle of Rams. This fight could be everything. Sam, in the meantime, on the other side of the map, equalizing the numbers. This timing. Joker quickly throws out the utility. Kunkun, in the meantime, finishes Sam off. So he's still taking control of that space and that area. But Mystic Gaming, they've got to cook something up. They can't just stay on like this. Slow aimers. They've been controlling this space perfectly. Just look at them. All posted up. They don't even care if there's anyone moving towards the B side. They're just controlling all the upper floors whatsoever. And they're not giving any kind of room to Mr. Gaming. Secret not open. That's gonna be the aim. Still Tool coming in. UN, Emo, both of them winning out on their ones. And this could be the round that they needed. Kunkun tried to go in for the spray down. Shots not connecting, and ramp control has been lost. And everyone's just gonna move forward towards the B. Double doors.
Oh my god,
Aju perfect as he goes down for another one, and Braxy's been shut down. The round in which you thought that Mystic finally have made a comeback. Aju just shuts all of them down one after the other. He's like, fine, I'll do it myself. Look at that. Perfect timing. Goes in. Another spray. Braxy had no idea that he's gonna peek right away.
True, that's true. I mean, I have to give it to a few rounds before. I remember talking about Kunkun and his 3k, 4k to get that pistol, and now it's all down to Aju once again. What a way to end that round. A lot of damage being made. KS trying to hit those perfect shots coming up, but will get nothing for now. Holding the best of that angle, but on the other side, what's the plan coming up from the sides of Mystic is the question, because A hit might just be a bit vulnerable for them, looking at the positioning being holded from the side of slow aimers. This might just be very difficult, and there you go. Braxy is going to be the first one to depart in the hands of Doink out there. Might just be the second frag that rolls in. A perfect trade coming up, but within a
Oh
blink
my
of an eye, once
goodness.
again, Mystic Gaming is left down to one last remaining player. Strom, will he be able to do anything as soon as he tries to shut down? Kun Kun gets taken down. Way too low on
He can
HP. I mean, 10
probably.
HP is all he's surviving
Yeah.
onto, and it's gonna be way too difficult. Doink finds him, shuts him down. 10 to 8. 2 rounds of differentiate, ladies and gentlemen. Slow aimers, they are back again. I'm not really sure on what's going wrong with the side of Team Mystic, but they need to do something. Falling down to the traps of slow aimers, it's just gonna hurt them. I mean, they ended the very first half with a good lead, right? It was an 8 round differentiate that we were talking about. And now slow aimers, they've tend to close it out. And they've just brought it so close. 2 rounds of differentiate might just be one, because look at the economy for the sides of Mystic Gaming. Tactical timeout being activated. They are on that, they're surviving on that
Mhm.
loss bonus for now, 3 400. That's the max that they can go in for. There's nothing more than that. So Mystic Gaming, they need to be very careful, because surviving onto the loss bonus for a long period of time won't help them anymore.
That is true. And also, I mean, it just seems that even on the defense, slow aimers, it, it's like an entirely different team playing, right? You were
Yeah.
seeing on the attack, they were not able to find any room, any space. They could not work out on where to go in for those executes. And right now, it just seems like they've got the full
Yes.
idea, the full read as the trades go back and forth quickly. This seems to be a very fast-paced round. That's probably what you expect as Braxy with that weapon upgrade. Open the hands, gets one, tries to go for the second, and he gets it! Kun Kun! He could not finish him off, but he himself has fallen down, and it's Aju. The last man surviving 1v3 is the situation, and he slowly moves in towards the door, not opening it up right away. It was watched out for, as now the bomb will finally be going down. Moving through those vents. Can he find the opportunity? Double dose. He needs to check this corner, right? He has to
Yeah.
check this corner. Yeah, he will, but only to fall by Braxy yet again. Weaponry upgraded. That's the 11. That's the Mystic Gaming everyone was missing for the past few rounds. But slow aimers, they made it much more than doable at this point.
Yeah. That's gonna be true. Again, economy damage hitting them really hard. On the other side, Mystic Gaming, they're gonna have the best possible time right now, because they did not invest onto so much in the previous round, and they still managed to get that round for themselves. 1 round away from the sides of match point. They are confident right now. The tactical timeout did help them a lot. You win to start things off, and that's gonna be Braxy. Sam being the perfect flasher for, his team. The flashes are just so on point. Everything seems to be falling down until and unless KS will be able to shut down Braxy, and now it all goes down to a 3 versus 3. Till the time they do have that top for themselves, the hopes are really alive, but he walking inside the A side might just be a bit
This should be
difficult,
hard.
but Doink will fall down to his own death. I mean, yeah, Emo will be shutting him down out there. Strong finds Joker as well. Slow Emo is left down with one last remaining player, and that's going to be KS. His op is
Yes.
getting him those frags. Second one on board. A 1 versus 2 that he needs to clutch out for his team. And if he's able to do that, that's going to be the best possible clutch. Instant run towards the B side. The B bomb site is where the execution is for now. They'll be going in for that plant, but okay, that's going to be the B plant coming up. And now
Okay.
the
Double
opening door
doors.
is gonna give them a lot of information. KS has an op in his hand, trying to hit those shots. It's gonna be very too difficult. I hope that's not a 1v1, because if it is, it's gonna get the sides of Mystic
Nope.
into a lot more of problems. Does not have a diffusal kit whatsoever, so needs to make it way too quick. But for now, maybe trying to go in for a pick, gets denied from Emo. And finally, that's going to be the match point. After a spree of round coming up from the sides of Slow Aimers, ladies and gentlemen, we finally have Mystic Gaming on the match point. 1 round to end it all here and here. But Slow Aimers, what's the plan? Because The way they've got those, 6 rounds consecutively, they had the momentum, they had the confidence. But right now, what they do not have is a good economy, is a good weaponry.
Absolutely. Mr. Shorty, MP9s to work with, and that seems to be a very quick hit coming in. Emo finds the opening, finds the opportunity as his team follows it up as well to take control of the A side quickly. That's going to be Sam finishing off KS yet again. Last member standing strong on his feet, only fumbling down to 45 HP. An MP9 is not exactly the weapon you would want in hand, especially in these situations as Braxi is holding on to the op. The bomb has been planted. So he's got to make his move. He's not going to see any kind of peaks whatsoever. He's got to do it all on his own. Location noted. It's going to be the utility being used up. Are we going to see the spray
No
down
time.
coming in? No, he's not forcing on to the fight. He does not have any more time left. And that is going to be Mystic Gaming winning out on their match, on their map. It
Yeah.
was looking dicey for a moment, but all right, they were able to squeeze in those last 3 rounds as well. And finally, they were, working out on towards the other parts of the map. They were going in for those pacey hits. The more slow they played, the more time it seemed that slow aimers were having to take control of the space and realize what Mystic Gaming were up to. So going in for those pacey hits just seemed to have changed the entire flow, and that was something slow aimers were not expecting, and they were basically got off guard in those fights, and one of the reason why they could not get any more than those continuous straight 6 rounds.
True though. I mean, yeah, slow aimers, they did try their level best. They got a lot of rounds coming down in the second half itself. They did manage
True.
to grab every single thing that was put in front of them. And also, I have to talk about the sides of Mystic Gaming. I mean, the 6 round loss consecutively that they faced going up against the sides of slow aimers, I'm not really sure on what was going wrong, but the players were just falling down. The duels were not won, and that's where maybe, just maybe, you know I feel it was slow aimers getting those rounds consecutively, KS hitting those perfect shots, even UN, every single player did step up and try their level best to get as much as they can. But at the end of the day, it's about the sides of Mystic Gaming, ladies and gentlemen, who will be taking away this best of one for themselves. Yeah, it's a best of one, and there's no other chance that these players do have, because it's a do or die situation that we keep talking about.
Absolutely. You either win or you learn, but again, you would not be
Yeah.
able to move forward in the tournament if you could not win. So, as of now, Mystic Gaming moving forward, and we've seen Ancients yesterday. We've also seen Mirage. Today, we are seeing New. I really
Yeah.
want to see more maps coming in. Maybe Anubis. Who knows? Probably these kind of different maps, the ones with the changes in Pano as well. We've had a lot of changes onto that one. However, since we're
Yeah.
already talking about the changes, let's see what kind of adaptations that the teams go on as we'll be looking into the map highlights. As both the teams, we start off with the pistol round. You clearly saw Mystic Gaming. They were making a statement out there. They were not giving any room. Look at that. Winning all the duels. KS, he was doing as much as he could. We saw Kunkun as well hitting some of those shots, but Emo with that nasty dirty work, just as you like to call it, dirty work coming in. However,
Yeah.
we did see some kind of fight being put up, but that was only in the second half, right? When the sides were swapped and we saw slow aimers were the ones who were on that defensive side. So I think so. It's more about how you actually end up going in on your offense that kind of changes the pace of the game. Because when you're on that CT side, you'll be getting round after rounds whatsoever. So the more rounds you can manage on your terrorist side, the better for you.
You know, the fact that if slow aimers would have ended the first half with maybe a 8-4, at least a 8-4, I feel the comeback that they made in the second half would be worth it, because we saw them having a spree of round for themselves, right? We saw the players of slow aimers clutching rounds which were impossible. Now, in the previous round itself, Aju went in for a 4K and he got the round for his team, right? That's where it all went down to a 10-2 scoreline. But if it would have been a 8-4 or maybe a 7-5, things would have been so different in the second half for the sides of slow aimers. I mean, they got the pistol, they denied a full buy coming up from the sides of Mystic Gaming, and that's a huge bold statement, right? So That's where things would have definitely changed. But Heiju has been that one player to obviously look out at, hitting those double digits where his team did not have the best possible start. I would say Eju did all that he could. Even
True.
Kun Kun, at points where his team needed him the most to clutch out, to get those frags, he was stepping up, he was getting those frags, he was hitting those double digits. But it all went down to a fact
This
where Mystic
clutch.
Gaming just, yeah, exactly. It all just went down to a fact where Mystic Gaming just went in for that timeout, and that timeout definitely helped them a lot.
Absolutely. I mean, that one clutch from Ajo was just supreme. And if those were the kind of plays that probably one or two players from their own team could have made as well, I think so. This would have been a very solid comeback as well. And maybe we would have seen an overtime or even possibly a win coming in from slow aimers. That could have been highly possible. But whatsoever, it was a super fun game coming in between both of these teams. I really enjoyed it. And at a point, I was thinking that this comeback is just so very solid, we might possibly see slow aimers taking the lead. But it's all about those
Yeah,
adjustments. It's all about how you quickly adapt into the match's situation. And at the end of the day, Mystic Gaming, they had a lot of rounds on their CT side. They were literally 10-2. So all they needed to do was just one quick change, one quick adjustment, and the slow aimers who were a little slow onto understanding as those quick hits were coming in one after the other. They could not read onto the situation. I think so. They should have taken another timeout as soon as you saw Mystic Gaming quickly reaching 11. So I personally feel that that could have been also a good time for them to take a timeout or maybe take two of them. Let that gap be as much as possible to break that momentum whatsoever. You do not want to let them build up onto that, as already you're just 3 rounds behind now, and slow aimers were also looking forward to that comeback. However, it did not went out in that fashion. Either ways, that was a very fun game to watch. Now I'm also expecting what I'm going to see in the next game, right? We only have
yeah,
two matches for today. We've had one, we also have the next map remaining. So I'm also focusing as to what map we'll probably see. Maybe an ancient, maybe a mirage. Totally depends. Or now we're gonna look at the scoreboard as well. 69, 59, 62. That's the headshot percentages coming in from Mystic Gaming. While on the other side, we have Doink on 62. That's also pretty solid, but the top fragger is just going to remain Braxy.
yeah, true though. Braxy, the way he's just hitting those op shots, he's hitting every single shot perfectly. Every single shot that he landed was on the skull of his enemies, and it was really great. But on the other side, I have to give it to Aju, KS, Kun Kun, all these players did all their level best to,
Hmm,
get the best of the rounds. Possibly on the other side, Braxy, Yuvan,
true.
I mean, we saw the op shots, we saw them going ham with those 5 AKs as well, and it was all so good. Now, when it goes down to the map of Nuke, I did expect a double op setup coming up from either of the sides. On the CT side, though, but yeah, we did not get a chance to witness that. I am really hoping another map to be Nuke so that we get a chance to, actually witness the double op setup coming up. I mean, yeah, your laugh does say a lot. Scared, I know you do not want to witness a nuke coming up, and you really want it to be ancient or Inferno. Maybe an Inferno would actually work, because with CS2 coming up, we know that there are a lot of changes being made in the map of Inferno
True.
as well. So I'm quite excited to see what Inferno has to serve all of us, because I remember during the previous time before CS2 itself, Inferno was like Inferno had all my heart. It was the best possible map to play on to. But if I have to ask you, which
Hmm.
map do you love the most? I know it's not Nuke though, but yeah.
All right. Thank you so much for letting the audience know about that. But honestly, I feel that I really like Ancient because
Hmm.
there are pretty simple, smooth mechanics coming out there. You know that there are a couple of spaces that you need to control. And honestly, I love the way that CT go in for their defensive setup on that map. I really love that. Plus, you can go in for some proactive, aggressive plays. It's a very simple map, but still, you need to cook up a lot of strategies to go in for those executes as well as stay on for that, say, solid high on heels for that defense as well. Either ways, That's something that I really love. And you've already mentioned you had given all your heart to Inferno. So I'm also
Oh no,
hoping that
yeah.
maybe in the next match we'll see Inferno, because next two teams will be Revenge Esports and they'll be up against usual suspects. Yeah, it's not unusual, it's usual suspects. So it's going to be
Yeah.
a fun match, but before that, we'll be heading into a short BRB, guys. Make sure to stay tuned. You're watching Rise of Legion.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, once again to Lenovo and Intel presents The Rise of Legion, Kolkata. Now, this is a CS2 LAN that we are talking about, and it's going to happen in Kolkata. So, the people of Kolkata, are you ready for this? Because we are quite excited. I mean, I'm from Pune, and I am not getting a chance to be there, so I'm already heartbroken. But I guess you guys have a good chance to be there at the LAN and enjoy all that is going to happen around because it's going to be such a fun environment and such a fun place to be at. But for today, the first map is already done for, and we are going to head towards the second map itself. And to share all the stories on what is happening in the map itself, I've got alongside me Scared Yet. So, hey, Scared, how excited are you?
Super excited, flabbergasted to be honest, because you've got a broken heart, you won't be able to go to Kolkata, but here's something that can fix it a little bit. Next map is going to be Overpass, so you
Yeah,
already know
yeah.
that you're gonna love the match coming in, and both the teams are super ready. Revenge Esports taking on usual suspects. It's gonna be super fun to watch, and honestly. Once you've been talking about all of these maps coming in. We've seen Mirage, we've also seen Ancient, and just in the previous one, we saw Nuke as well. So seeing how these teams went in through banning out all of them and just leaving Overpass as the decider clearly shows how they've got an idea and they've worked so many things up, especially for this one map, right? They would have cooked up some strategies, even those lineups that will be coming in. It's going to be super fun to watch, and you need to take a lot of map control in this one in order to go in for those executes. It's very easy to rotate in from A side to B side as well, so taking the space on the other parts of the map is also super important. So I really want to see which team will come out on top in that macro play.
I mean, yeah, that's gonna be true. I'm really sad for the fact that we do not have Mirage, Ancient, Vertigo, or Inferno being played either ways today. Because we started off on the map of Nuke, and right now, ladies and gentlemen, we are back to the map of Overpass, being played for the very first time, though, in this Lenovo and Intel presents the Rise of Legion, Kolkata. This is a round of 32 and a best of one series, but for now, besides the usual suspect, we'll be starting off things on the CT side, and we have Revenge Esports on the D side. The initial contact comes up, and look at the players falling down like dominoes. Afis and Vivek, they go down. Zenobi good for one. Yes, he does convert one, but the numbers are yet in the favors of team usual suspect for now, until and unless it was Regner who finds one onto Heaton, and now it all goes down to a 3-all equalizer. Maybe a B hit coming up from the sides of Revenge Esports slowly and steadily trying to make their way towards the B side, but all the players right towards the mid. Now, this
Oh,
can be so difficult. Every single player, they are sticking together. Regner can actually change things here, even if he's able to convert one, but he doubles it up. Shuts down both the players, gets taken down from smoke. A 1 versus 2 to clutch for. Now, I've seen this player clutch at times that his team needs the most, so I do have a lot of expectations. Smoke for now does have a diffusal kit, so can take a bit of a moment to think on what can be done. But Nemesis and Zeno will both the remaining players might
oh,
one might be the second one locations yet it is compromised. Trying to stick into the diffusal needs to make it way too quick because does not have to walk on. Zenobi Smoke is right on top of him, finally shuts him down. That was a close round, but still rolls in in the favors of Team Revenge to start things off.
was so very close, and you clearly saw that early aggression towards mid and party, right? You know that both of these teams want to maintain that map space towards the upper parts and those northern zones, and you you can clearly see the aggression as well coming in from both of them. While as of now, looking how we're still seeing a force by Galil's coming in from the side of Revenge, it just seems ULS they kind of have to play it slow. The previous round was really solid. They were on top with those trades as well. Smoke almost got it clutched out, but I personally feel that their aggression was really good, but they also need to capitalize onto that after they've proceeded to go in for those aggressive plays and those trades. They have to make sure to play it slow, take a step back, and that is exactly what they're doing right now. They will try to find some kind of unusual play coming in from Revenge, probably. Because as of now, both of them are playing super slow, just taking that map space, taking that control. And that's going to be the contact being made. FS shuts down Empty Show, only to fall by the hands of Fame. That was such a cheeky play.
There might just be one weaponry retrieved as well, if all. The side of ULS wants to go in for that, but Revenge, once again, they lost one of their players. Heaton trying his level best. God, he's been brought down to 14 of his health. Won't survive for that long as gets taken down. Now it all goes on to other remaining players out there trying his level best.
What?
Smoke A, missing few shots, but still somehow takes down Regner. 1v2. Things not looking good for the sides of Revenge for now. Smoke A shuts down Zenovi. And that's going to be an equalizer, which we least expected. Revenge Esports, they went in to make investments into that round. They invested onto a lot of weaponry. Still, they did not get the best of that round. And it all comes down to a 1-all equalizer to start things off. Now, this is going to be a close match. I can already anticipate that, looking at the plays made from both of these ends.
Absolutely, and the flicks were super on point coming in. However, the utilities now being thrown up, the lineups perfect. Smoke coming in to block the entrance to the monster. While on the other end, we're seeing them making their way through the playground now, trying to control, spraying down in the mid. Will have the control of the party. Probably the fight will be taken towards A long, maybe, because that space is for now being controlled by Empty Show. He's giving a lot of information to his team, and basically this has given them the idea that now they'll probably be moving towards the other side of the map, as you can probably see they're going towards the A first pick. Phobot shuts down Vivek, and that has put a halt in the W gaming that was coming in from Revenge as of now. They're still taking their time, playing it slow, and Empty Show and Phobot winning their own fights on these respective parts of the map down to a 5v2. Revenge, yes, it's their save round, but they would probably try and look and get a few of those weaponries out of the hands of usual suspects, which as of now
Yep,
seems
they
almost
are.
impossible.
They're trying to do that, but for now, it all goes down to two remaining players, Regner and Zenovi. Now, as soon as they even think of entering the B side, it's going to be so deadly. He does convert one. Does convert the second one as well. No weaponry is given whatsoever. And it's going to be usual suspects with the second round on board. Now, the hopes of Revenge Esports to get some weaponry down from the hands of usual suspects gets denied from. Heaton converts two. And that's going to be a 2-1 scoreline coming up. Revenge Esports, once again, economically not a strong round because they did tend to make in few investments in the previous one as well, which did not really work great for them. So this time, to go in for a complete save so that they'll be able to get some full buy coming up for themselves, some boost here and there. Execution, maybe, just maybe, towards the B side for now, trying to enter the monster. The nades are perfect. A lot of damage already dealt onto, and that's going to put an end to
Oh
the
my
fate.
god, that Molotov!
Zenovi burns himself alive. Smoke it, doubles it up. Regner goes down, and now it all goes down to Revenge. And FSB, the last surviving player, trying to spam in and take Smoke it down, but that's going to be one more round for the sides of usual suspect with no casualties whatsoever. So they got a round, lost no players for 2 consecutive rounds, and a 3-1 comes online.
Indeed, and look at their economy, right? 6,000, 4,000, 7,000, and again 8,000, 6,000. That they've got everything that they need. And look at this utility usage. It was so perfect. S- A flashbang into a Molotov, smoke to cover it all up. That was just a perfect way to shut down the entire push. And you already know that Revenge, they cannot push these choke points. They cannot disrespect the utilities that are coming in from usual suspects. They've got to respect it. They've got to play it slow. The smoke towards the monsters now faded away as well. And just using the utilities, you can see how usual suspects have been controlling such a humongous part of the map. Even stepping forward is something that Revenge have to wait for. They've got to check every single angle because you may never know if there would be a crossfire just behind that smoke. You would have to clear it out. Now, normally in CSGO, you would have seen, people going in for those flash plays through the smoke and then moving forward. Now you've also got a chance. You can throw a frag into that one, underhand frag, and you can clear the smoke off. and you'll find the vision, get the opportunity. So you can try and make the plays with that as well. However, it still seems Revenge playing it super slow, gaining that map space. Seen first contact being
Okay.
made as the patch comes in.
Ragnar.
Ragnar, perfect win against Empty Show, but only for to be traded by forward, who actually was able to get two. Zenowill quick on that trade. Numbers are now equalized, and they'll probably be moving towards the A side, which is the stacked one.
Not a great sign. It is Heaton once again. Positioning always seems to be so good for Heaton right now. Zenobi, he doubles it up over and over again. Needs to win this. He doesn't. That's a 4K for him. 4 consecutive frags. Zenobi gets the best of that round, ladies and gentlemen. And finally, Revenge Esports, they are able to take that revenge for themselves. Heaton always has the best position out there. I mean, the position that you actually don't anticipate, though. And to give it to Zenobi as well, the way he's been sitting onto those fights, which were really way too crucial. As soon as they get their hands onto that run, they'll be going in for an instant tactical timeout. They need to calm themselves down. They know that they are making mistakes here and there, which might just be a bit deadly. On the other side, usual suspects once again. Economically, might just be one round that they invest onto, but again, losing out of this one over and over again will be piling up the loss bonuses, and right, surviving onto that for a long period of time again can be so vulnerable. So both of the teams, they need to be way too careful. To start things off with 1-all equalizer, usual suspect had the best of that round, but now it's again going in the favors of Revenge Esports. One more round and this might just be another equalizer scare that we talk about. So usual suspects, if they do not want to let that happen, it completely depends on what they do in this round. Heaton has invest onto an off for now. Let's see if he is able to get any value. This time it's a
Highly
split
possible.
coming up though. Yeah, I mean this time it's a split coming up from the sides of Revenge. 3 players have already made their way towards the box slowly and steadily, and a execution pain is gonna give a lot of pain to Ragnar. Shuts him down. Heaton good for 1, shuts down Nemesis. Usual suspects tends to have those numbers for themselves, and the rest players who are still trying to make their way towards the A seems to be alive. 3 remaining players. Slowly and steadily, they need to find those frags, equalize the numbers, get the side, plant the bomb,
Oh, the
and then
jump
play
peak.
for post plant. That's difficult. That's a lot to ask for. I mean, looking at the positioning that they are towards the half wall itself, it's going to be so difficult, scared.
Indeed, as now the execute will have to go down. 40 seconds to work with. Try and go into those spams, but they've got the information. That's 1-for-1 trade coming in quickly. In equalizing the numbers as well. The spray down is there. It's not that pretty. But for the side of usual suspects, it is absolutely on point as they get another round, denying the equalizer, and would now probably force Revenge on another semi-buy. Maybe not a full one. Probably can go in for a save as well. Maybe investing in a few of those pistols would work out for them, but that would be about it. Usual suspects. This time they're not going in for their same kind of setup, right? They go in for those smokes towards Monster. They've delayed it for a while now as they all want to push in that long. Look at that. They've got the playground control as well. The Molotov to deny any space near the party. However, a different route being taken. All 4 and
Ouch.
5 of them moving just together. That's one hit. Already taken care of. Smoke is just giving headaches to the members of Revenge whatsoever, as Pain controlling the side on his own. He wins his own one fight. Nemesis finally good for 1, but only for 1. Smoke's nade will finish him off. I would almost have called it a martyrdom, but it was not. That was such a great positioning. Look at that. My
Yeah,
goodness. Absolutely perfect on that spray down.
it was a quick round coming up for them, honestly, because Revenge Esports, they did not have the best of the weaponry, and the economy damage did hurt them a lot. So, either ways, the sides of usual suspect had already had their control on the map itself. They had the best of that round, and they have denied an equalizer to the sides of Revenge Esports that we might were talking about. What? He
What?
just puts a perfect bullet into the skulls of one player out there. Revenge lost Vivek. And now it all goes down to the remaining player. Now Vivek After he goes down, the numbers have fumbled for the sides of Revenge Esports, and they need to take the site control for them to go in and maybe plant the bomb. But what's the plan? Because they're way too scared right now. I mean, they're just all over the map trying to figure out on what can be done, because either ways the number advantage lies in the favors of usual suspects, so they know how difficult it is going to be. Also on the other side, Heaton with his op can actually deny the sides of Revenge a lot more of an information. Pain shuts down Zenovi, and that's going to be a lot more of a denial. Three remaining players.
Oh.
Pain gets taken down. No flashes, no smokes whatsoever, and that peak would actually hurt him a lot. But Heaton's location not checked onto. A perfect flash from for bot will shut down Regner. Slowly and steadily, it all goes down to Nemus as being the last surviving player inside the smoke. Locations compromised onto. 6-1 on both, 6-2. Revenge Esports, 4 rounds of differentiate for them.
Reaching the half mark right away, and you've seen them working this part of the map around multiple times, right? You've seen for the past 2 rounds now, usual suspects. They are moving towards the playground. They're taking the fight there. They're taking that map space. If they find the fight, if they find a person from Revenge, they take him down. If they do not, they just quickly move back and then hold that space, hold the site. They're not proactively just moving out forward. They're making sure that they take control of that space. However, this seems to be a very fast, pacey hit coming in towards the B side. They can definitely get the plant down as well, as they're down to the pistols. Only the eco. That's going to be one spray down. Smoke quickly gets one, gets two as well. You give him a 1v1. He's got a rifle in hand, and that's exactly what you will be delighted with. As it's down to a 5v3. Even more difficult, but the bomb has gone down. So that's one good thing coming in for their side. 3 defusal kit. Either one of them would need to go for the defuse. That's going to be the frags. Trying to chunk their HP down. Pain is quick on those trades. And it's only on to Nemesis now. Trying to stop the diffuser, but could not do that whatsoever. The smoke is super ready for him. Coming through the smoke as well. Getting the round for his team.
The double up coming up from the players out there from the sides of usual suspect is just hurting the sides of Revenge Esports. Now what is happening back to back is one full buy round. Revenge Esports not able to capitalize onto it. Maybe the second round they try to force in, they do not get the round, and then they have to go in for a save. And if it continues in the same manner, it's going to be very difficult, because 3 remaining rounds for this half, and they have to get all of them to at least make it to a close counter. On the other side, Heaton has started things off by shutting down Zenobi through the smoke. Smoke himself is trying his level best to find one frag. He knows that there are players around. The frag grenade out there is going to give a lot more of a damage to the players of Revenge. Slowly and steadily trying to make their way. Maybe mid control. Yup, they are actually trying to get the mid control for themselves. But again, how far will it work? Because they might just go towards the A site, which won't be the best possible call. I mean, looking at the hold coming up from the sides of usual suspect, the A side might just be way too vulnerable. WC session, that's where they are right now. And now Payne has all the information that he needs, might go in for those frags as well. Gets denied onto the Molotov is perfect. Will be forcing him out of that position. But Revenge Esports, they need to take care of the time as well. 40 seconds remaining on the clock. They need to make this execution very quick. Keaton is going to deny. Regner finds one. Maybe double up. No, it's not yet a double up for him. But the numbers have again fallen down. Look at empty. Wait. Positioning, it might just be vulnerable. Finds one. But that's all he could do. Nemesis shuts him down. One last remaining player. And it's again Nemesis over and over again. It has always been Nemesis gets taken down. A lot of pain for the sides of Revenge, as they do get the bomb planted, but the defusal comes in from the sides of usual suspects, and that's going to be an 8-2 scoreline.
It's giving me the deja vu and the chills from the previous match. That's kind of the exact same thing we saw. It was also an 8-2, which ended up in a 10-2. And then we saw a comeback coming in. However, this time, the question is, would you want to let your opponent send the half at a 10-2 whatsoever? I mean, as of now, since the buy will also be coming in, I think so. Revenge Esports should be able to get this one round, especially seeing the way that they've been working those rounds slow. They've actually been able to get the bomb down. So it comes down to those last few duels. It just seems that the retake coming in from usual suspects, it has been brilliant. And the previous one,
Yeah.
they worked their way through water. So they tried that one more round a few rounds ago, and it did not work out for them whatsoever. But they were on a save, so that was a pretty decent thing. And since they were able to plant the bomb as well in the previous one, right now we might probably see the fight coming into water. And Murders are shutting down. That's going to be quickly winning out the fight against Robot. They can try and take control of that space. Smoke right into their face. We'll be seeing the nade coming in as well. HP chunk down. Vivek low in that, but still healthy. Pain, my goodness, that's such a cheeky play. That is such a cheeky play. H1 wants to go in for the peak yet again, controlling that space. And that was the sign for Revenge to quickly move backwards. They can't fight there any longer. Slowly cutting the noise and to go in yet again. I'm gonna go in for the exact same hit, but look at the site. It is stacked up. You disrespect the smoke like that! Smoke will shut you down! No utilities whatsoever in Pain as well. Finishing off Vivek. So that's the numbers advantage in favor of usual suspects. Yet again, down to Ragnar. And down he will go along with his team. And 9-2. They couldn't even plant the bomb this time. So you already know, no more force buys.
Yep. For a moment, I did feel the sides
Jeez.
of Phobot from the sides of Usual Suspect did force onto a fight which wasn't necessary. But then it's all right. 9-2 is what the scoreline is. They've already had enough amount of rounds in the first half for themselves. They have 9, and you never know if this might just be the 10th one for them. So Revenge, what's the plan like is the question once again. I mean, over and over again, I would say that one position is being compromised onto, and Smokey this time he just tend to walk out of that smoke and take one player down. Pain, best possible teamwork out there. And now Revenge is just left down to 3 remaining players, falling down like dominoes every single time. Vivek falls down to the same. Empty did not even see who is he shooting onto. Heaton shuts down. Nevis is a perfect
Jeez.
bullet onto the skull of Ragnar to find the last frag. 10-2 to end the first half. And look at
Smoke.
Smokey. 21 kills and 2
Smoke.
deaths. That's all. 21 kills. He has a damage of 1500. I mean, Smokey, that's one single player in the entirety of this team that's been highlighted onto right now. I mean, I'm not saying that he's carrying his team or maybe he's doing all the hard work. No, his team is doing the best possible teamwork out there, but Smokey is just way too fabulous on whatever he's doing right now.
Holding those angles, pushing through the smokes on the back of those utilities. Absolutely brilliant play coming in from usual suspects. However, Revenge now, they're on the CT side, so you already know we've seen almost a lot of upsets. So the smoke's gonna come in to block off the entrance to the monster as of now. Different part of the map being worked upon. Usual suspects slowly taking control of the water. Probably gonna go in for that B split yet again. But in order to do that, they would have to win the fight coming in against FS, who's holding the exit of Monster. That's going to be the perfect flashbang coming in. Utilities, but just a second late was the peak as he goes in for 2. He takes 3 of them down and provides a much-needed opening
What
to his
knife?
team.
No!
Nonetheless,
No!
the knife, but
Got a
no
knife!
way they're going to do that. Empty show. Still the last man standing as the trade in favor of Revenge. They're going for the spray down as well. One man, how much can you do? You need to be as good as FS was right at that exit, as everyone's going to go in for the chase down and they will be able to finish him off. Such a messy round, but my goodness.
Yeah, FS was perfect on whatever he did out there. Every single bullet that he landed was on the skull of the enemies and tripled it. I mean, triple kills. At a point of time where the player just took out his knife, was like, no, no, please don't do that. At least at this point of time when you are on a reload and you do not have enough of bullets in your, weapon out there, but
Right.
again, Revenge
Yeah.
Esports, they've got the pistols for themselves. A good start for them because this might just be a complete turnover. Zeno, 3, 2,
Oh, oh,
3.
oh.
There's a lot of players right in front of him, but finally they are putting an end to him. Smokey good for one. Empty shuts down Zenovi. A lot of weapons being retrieved, and that's not a good sign. It goes down to a 3 versus 3. Rotations being called off, and now this might just be a B hit coming up from the sides of usual suspect. All of the players seems to be way too low for any executions here on, but I'm just having my eyes toward that
Mm.
one player who's holding that B shot angle. I mean, the way he's holding back that position, it just can put an end to the entirety of usual suspect for this round, even if they force that position. Cutting off the sound once again, they are making their way towards the A side slowly and steady towards the WC section, but they're taking it way too slow. They know that even if they are not able to capitalize onto that round, they might just give a lot of an
Mm-hmm.
economic damage for the sides of Revenge Esports, which might just help them when it's their full buy round coming up. So if that's the case, then things might be different. But for now, 30 seconds remaining, execution needs to be real quick.
Indeed, they're still taking their time. It's got a FAMAS MP9 to work with. Smokey, the only one who's working with a pistol. Couple of people standing onto the side. Crossfire setup is the name of the game. That's going to be right now, making the first contact. Gets one down, and we quick on that trade as well. They'll be shutting them down perfectly. Denying every single thing. They took a lot of time. The gamble was just not at the correct place. However, very solid play coming in from both of them. It was the exact same thing that we saw usual suspects doing when it was their round of the buy after the second one. When in the second round they did the exact same thing, and revenge, like, all right, we're gonna take a page off of your book and then we're gonna work on our way with that. Did not work out perfectly for them. Still a 2 for a 2 trade, and eventually that crossfire ending things up perfectly. Smoke and Molly to maintain the control towards playground, and apart from that, couple of players working towards water. Seeing that there's no aggression coming in, Smoke to block off the vision for anyone, usual suspects who would want to try and go in for a peek.
Maybe.
Still, everyone just in that tracks position, not moving forward and cutting the noise entirely.
Yep. The smoke is going to prevail a lot more of an information though, because that's where they need to
And
stop. The execution needs to be on a pause. Molotov comes in,
there
and
we
now that's
go.
gonna be a bloodlust. Vivek gets taken down. A perfect flash from Smokey. Revenge once again. They've lost
Oh,
their numbers. FS. Why would you do that? That's gonna be him giving up on his life. 3 remaining players. What would be they doing right now is the question, because the site is completely under their control. The bomb gets planted, and now it's all about the post-plant scenarios. And Novi does have a good angle to walk around with, but he'll be spotted from the side of Heat and guns him down. Converts one. Nemesis for a perfect trade, but Smoke seems to be better on trade as he shuts down Nemesis and gets the 11th one on board. Finally, a full buy round being converted from the sides of usual suspect. Until and unless it was the pistol and the upcoming one from the sides of Revenge Esports, I had a deja vu feeling that it might just be the same thing that happened in the previous match itself. But now with usual suspect converting their full buy, it's gonna get
mm-hmm.
Revenge into a lot more of difficulties, and I feel that this might just
Oh,
be a
they're
push
forcing.
round. Yup, all of the players, yup, they will be going in for that. Looking at the economy, they are gonna push all together. 5 players pushing right from the mid towards the fountain and might just make their way towards the back of the players. But do the sides of usual suspect anticipate this play? Is the question. B side is completely open for
Yeah, they
business.
do.
Little do they have any information about that. But the
Oh, the
contact might
contact.
just be vulnerable, and that's gonna be the case. Heaton gets taken down, and now they have a lot of information to work around with. Oh, the Molotov. Ah, that's gonna take away FS. He's just gonna burn him alive. Staying good for 2. Doubles
What?
it up. Finally, a 2 versus 2 that we are talking about. Nemesis needs to hit those
Ah, the
shots. Both
save.
of the players are stuck. A 1v1 is what it's all about. Forward, good for both of them. And finally, after so much of mess being created, such a wobbly round this was. We have the sides of usual suspects scared on the match point, but I have to ask you, What do you have to say about this? The last few seconds of the previous round.
Uh, I mean, there's a Hindi song for that. I do not want to mention it right away, but yeah, tell you about it. It was the one in which there was Hrithik Roshan, and in the movie Koi Mil Gaya. You might have an idea what I want to say, but
Yeah, I do.
either ways, that was a super messy round coming in. Nonetheless, this one going to be so fast hit, but that was a perfect last hit. FS quick on that trade of Vivek quickly following it up as well. That's going to be down to a 2v1 situation. Can we see heat and winning on that out? Definitely not is the answer. As Xenovel and Nemesis will stand strong. A very pacey hit coming in towards the B side through Monster, shut down the entire push through the choke point. It was a great gamble play coming in from Revenge, worked out perfectly for them. And now they've got a few more crits to work their buy around. MP9s, AKs, as well as an op now being in play, while usual suspects brought down to an eco. Just one more round is what they need. But the question is, will they be allowed to do that? As it seems another fast pacey hit. They probably want to go and control that mid. They'll slowly move forward again, making a lot of noise and now cutting that entirely.
They're demanding a lot of space right now. They're demanding a lot of map control. They want the mid to be in their favors completely. But for how long is the question? Because looking at where the positioning is from the sides of usual suspect, this might be difficult. Because even if two players push and usual suspect they get the best of the trade out there, they can actually retrieve a lot more of an weaponry. So Revenge, they need to be
True.
very careful. Being over aggressive here can actually punish them back real hard because usual suspect they don't have anything to lose. Either ways, they are on a match point, but Revenge losing out of
Great.
this one will hurt them a lot. Hoyton to start things off for
What?
pot shuts down Vivek as well. The numbers have been denied, and this is what I was talking about. Fane will be going in for the bomb plant. The bomb gets planted, and now it's all about the post plant scenarios. Number not working in the favor, but still Zenovi and Nemesis will be doubling it up for themselves. Heaton does have an AK to work around with, and that might just be the biggest possible difficulty to overcome for the sides of Revenge. He doubles it up. Zenovi is going to be the last one to survive with an AWP. He does not have a defusal kit. He needs to make it quick. Might just jump
Uh,
down. It's difficult. It's way too difficult for him to clutch it out at this point of time. Gets taken down. Was able to find one onto Pain though, but that's all he could do. And finally, after a lot of messy rounds, a lot of wobbly plays here and there, it's going to be the sides of usual suspects, ladies and gentlemen, with a 13-6 scoreline and a victory for them.
Not exactly like how everything went in the previous game, but still.
Yeah.
It was, a situation where I thought maybe a comeback is possible, but nonetheless, those slow rounds. And it was usual suspects winning out on their save round. So
Yeah.
that is the craziest part of all of that. E- Everyone in the side of Revenge, they had the full buy coming in. They had an op to work with, MP9s, AKs, what not. They had all solid weaponry along with the utilities, but it just seemed that usual suspects had a perfect read over their defensive setup and slowly creeped forward, slowly moved in through mid, and then converged in towards the B side, wherein they went in for those trades as well, controlling the water. And that was probably the part that was weak during that fight. They did not go in directly from the monster this time because they knew FS would be standing there. So that's rather not a good choice to push through that one single choke point. That's a very small, space and opening. You could be fragged in. You'd be molotoved as well onto that one
Yeah.
single tunnel. Better to move around from the other side, and it was really perfect, working out super well for them, moving in as a group, as a cluster. Because you always know whenever it's a save round, you'll see teams playing together. And that is exactly what usual suspects did. It just seemed that Revenge, they did not anticipate that kind of hit, that kind of pacey hit as well. Not exactly pacey, but a slow paced hit wherein all of them would be moving through one part only. So I think so that eventually just did not work out for them. And a few gunfights not going in their favor, spray down coming in from FS as well, connected onto one, but he could not transfer it to someone else. So, and losing his life as well, just over a pistol. That was something that I would say unfortunate, but nonetheless, looking at the CT side from usual suspects, it was absolutely on point and just brilliant.
True, that's gonna be true. On the sides of revenge, I feel the first half is what I really want to talk about right now, because we've been discussing a lot on what the scoreline would have been like. I mean, yeah, I did expect an 8-4 or maybe a 7-5 in the first half, where after
True.
that we might see we might see the rounds being closed off on a close
Mhm.
quarter, but that just did not work in their favor. It all went down to a great advantage. Though on the second half, Revenge was able to get those, frags. They were able to get those kills. They were able to convert the pistols, but that just did not work well until, that just did not work well, because when it went down to Usual Suspect having a full buy, that's where everything seemed to be falling down. Now it all started. Here with the pistol round, where it went down to a 1v1 between Zenovi and one from the sides of Usual Suspect, and Revenge got the best of the pistol round. But you know what? Usual Suspect, they made a bold statement when they equalized it to a 1-all in the start itself.
Absolutely. It just seemed that we'll probably see an equal game coming in between both of these teams, because equalizing when you're saving, that was super well done, super well played. But after that, all of those setups, those defenses coming in, you were seeing the aggression towards one part and then just taking the space towards the other side. This one round was also very solid, but only these two were the rounds that Revenge were able to squeeze out from that first half. And after this, we'll only see usual suspects just slamming those heads, slamming on those spray downs, shutting the entire push coming in from Revenge, no matter which part of map it was. And I really love the fact that they were going in for this their set plays. They were throwing those
Yeah.
molotovs, they were throwing the smoke as well towards the playground, making sure that both the choke points were covered and no one could early push from that direction. So they had only one more place to watch out for, and that was towards the lower corner and water. So they had a couple of people watching that location, and they always made sure to egress from long, making sure there's no push coming in from that side. So it was a perfect defensive setup, which Revenge were just not able to break through. However, this spray down, that was just smoke standing at the edge of the monster's mouth. Regnar having 32 deaths. Not quite sure if that is exactly how it needs to be. Otherwise, we're going to ignore that.
Yeah.
Looking at Usual Suspects having 25 kills. That's just him topping the charts. We saw him after the first half ended, and he was on 21. So yes, in terms of those frags, we can say that when their team went on to the terrorist side, they did not get as many finishes as they wanted. As were also seeing a comeback coming in from Revenge, but they closed things out perfectly. And even his headshot percent is 60. That is pretty high.
That's gonna be true. I mean, Smokey has been that one player to look out for from the sides of Usual Suspect. On the other side, Revenge Esports, have to give it to all these players out there. They did try their level best over and over again. They were trying to grab in those rounds. They were trying to get as much as they could, but it's all down to Usual Suspect being a better team today, and that's where they got the best of the map. I mean, it's a best of one at the end of the day, right? So Revenge Esports will be saying us
Yes.
goodbye. I mean, that's heartbreaking, right? When it goes down to a best of one series, it's really heartbreaking to say such an early goodbye to teams out there who are trying their level best to maybe make it to the land, which is happening in Kolkata right now. I mean, which will be happening in Kolkata within a few days. So yeah, ladies and gentlemen, those who are from Kolkata, if you have your relatives, maybe your friends in Kolkata who are really interested in being a part of the very first CS2 LAN happening, you guys can make your way, because it's going to be such a amazing experience, nerve-wracking experience for everyone out there. The first ever sees to land. It's what I'm talking about, and it just gives me, goosebumps
Mhm.
all over. But right now, yes, we'll be going down to the stats once again. There were few things here and there which I really wanted to highlight onto. I mean, the deaths of the players coming down from the sides of Revenge Esports, and there have been a lot of updates made. But again, for the sides of Smoke, it all remains the same, right? 25 kills whatsoever with 7 deaths, and that's huge of a KDR to maintain with a 60% of an headshot. But the highest still remains for Regner, though. That's going to be 67.
Yep. That is absolutely correct. I mean, FS as well, having 7 kills and with a headshot percentage of 86,
86. Oh
showing
my
that
god.
yeah, he was basically able to get those important frags, right? But he was just not able to do it round after round. That was the thing. I personally feel that The only problem with Revenge Esports was that they could not consistently get those aims, they could not consistently get those round wins. And when it came to the mid game, it seemed that they were losing on to the idea as to where the opponents might be. They were not having the information, and
Mm-hmm.
when they were basically on the terrorist side, yeah, we were seeing them having the lack of attacking strategies and those strategic plays as to how to push the defenders back, or at least to use those utilities in those corners where normally the defenders stand out. So I think so those were a few things. If they once brush up, they would be able to perform even better. It's a learning experience for them, but definitely did a very well job at that as well. We enjoyed the game, almost made the comeback. However, it was a super fun game coming in, guys. An amazing evening nonetheless. You all were watching the Lenovo and Intel presents Rise of Legion, gaming monitor partner ViewSonic Gaming, gaming headset partner Sony, InZone Esports partner, the Esports Club, talent partner Maverick. We'll see you guys tomorrow at the exact same time, probably 4 p.m. if we are lucky, or maybe 5. Just make sure to subscribe to the channel so that you will be updated about that. We'll see you guys tomorrow. Have a great evening.
Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now?
This is why we play.
Gaming is something more.
I feel it coming.
It's a community made vibrant and real by AI.
Technology helps us to be part of something bigger.
Games play as if they were real life.
Are you with me now? Said, are you with me now? Ain't felt this good in a while. They want us to simmer down. Can you hear me now? Am I going in and out? I stop and just look around to see if you're with me now.
This is why we play. A community.
Thousands of communities.
Tell me, are you with me now? Ready to put it down. Start at the bottom, already forgot it, but they won't forgive me now. You really ain't ready now. You haters just in the crowd.
Nothing can hold you back. So,
So, why do you play?
want to go for a coffee?
Yeah, sure.
Don't give up now, yeah, you gotta climb. But we give it to all until the end, until the end of time. We ain't going nowhere. We'll be standing right here until the end of time. Till the end of time. They kick me round, but I won't stay down. I run this town, ain't backing down. We going the rounds. Yeah, the winds will blow, but these roots so deep. I'm on my feet, the underdog, and I won't be beat. Watch everything we work for fall in line. We gon' give it our all until the end, until the end of time.